I could hear it like it was yesterday. Boy, there's only one business in the world and one business only, and that's the people business. You take the people out of the business, you have no business at all. And I would hear this my whole entire life. My pops would constantly say this over and over again to me. And I always wanted to prove him wrong. I thought that it was a great concept, but especially as a young kid and then early on as an entrepreneur in business, I wanted to take my pops a specific instance and be able to be like, yo, well, it doesn't apply in this area because, times have changed, Pop. It's not the exact same as it used to be. And I remember bringing to him certain specifics as far as like, what about advertisement? What about PR? What about, marketing? And I was constantly trying to figure out different, whether it be articles or magazines or, videos that would kind of prove this concept wrong, where you couldn't just say there was only one business in the world and that was people. That I could say, well, what about marketing? What about advertising? What about PR? What about all these things that were outside of that scope? And I got a chance to read an article a couple weeks ago. It was in the New York Times, and it was interviewed Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. And it was about marketing, and they were talking about foolproof marketing. And I was like, man, this is so incredible because I'm going to be able to take this back and just prove that what my pops said wasn't applicable to every single place, that it wasn't that simple, Pops. But then as I read through the article and I saw what Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and Elon Musk said about marketing, it actually applied exactly. So I want to tell you right here, right now, Pop, you were right, I was wrong, and I'm excited to share with you this foolproof marketing plan from Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and Elon Musk. So let's get this party started.
Nothing more on my mind. I got to shine, so every day I grind. Work in the morning, work in the evening. We's achieving, cause we believing. It's for certain, we put the work in. We ain't stopped just because it's hurting. Right before your eyes, so it's coming to no surprise. The takeover is televised. Over and over and over again. Make no mistake, we continue to win. Defeat never known, cause I will not lose. They wanna mimic my moves, but can't walk in my shoes.
Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, and Elon Musk. Imagine if you got a chance to be able to sit down with them and talk marketing. These are some of the most genius marketers on the planet, and not just them as people, but they've surrounded themselves and built some of the greatest companies that have ever been in the history of our time. It's incredible to be able to see, but imagine if you could sit down with them. Well, I read an article the other day. It was a New York Times article that I read, and it talked about foolproof marketing. Like, think of this. If you had a foolproof plan for marketing and you got to sit down with those three, Bezos, Zuckerberg, and Musk, and ask them, what is a foolproof marketing plan based off of all the things that you've ever done? And it was incredible because as I was reading through, it was awesome. So we're going to run them down today. The first one that they hit on, actually, they mentioned it 2 times in the article. That was don't be stupid. Invite discipline and correction. They wanted to say it so simply, just don't be stupid. Invite discipline, invite correction. So do that within your culture. It'll be incredible. And what you'll find is when you're going to market, then invite the discipline, invite the correction, and continually get better every single day. And the number 2 thing that they talked about, and they had talked about this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And this was unreal because they said, do the right thing for the right reason. And 7 times they mentioned this. And for those of you joining for the first time, this is Inchstones, one of the shows on our podcast. And so we think about the podcast like a TV station. We have interviews with some of the most iconic people in the world that give advice to my kids by name. We have Inchstones, which is going through 3,000-year-old wisdom. And we do the corresponding proverb for the corresponding day. And today I got so inspired by what I read in the New York Times that I wanted to kind of shift a little bit and share that with you. And then we also have a show called You Have to Meet My Friends, where I go live and then I call my friends randomly and they have no idea that they're on the podcast until they're on. It's absolutely hilarious. But today we shifted a little bit because I generally go through the corresponding proverb, corresponding day. But today I wanted to share with you in this New York Times article, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jeff Bezos sat down to talk about foolproof marketing. And for me, when I read it, I was like, well, maybe my pop's telling me that there was only one business in the world and that one business only, and that was the people business. And if you took the people out of the business, you had no business at all. Maybe it didn't apply in this marketing area. And I wanted to research the geniuses, but if you listen to what they said, my pops was actually right, which is crazy. So, well, it wasn't crazy. He was a very, very wise man. I love you, Pop, and I miss you a ton. So the first one is don't be stupid and invite discipline and correction. They talked about this 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. They talked about doing the right thing for the right reason. So imagine if you got a chance to sit down with Zuckerberg, Bezos, and Elon Musk, it would be very easy to listen to them. Why? Because they've created some of the greatest companies in our time. Number 3, they talked about honor your family at the highest, for they will be your foundation. And what they found with their marketing plans is if you honor the family, and that family is sometimes chosen, it's sometimes born, but they mentioned that. The next one was speak life into everything, everyone and everything that you encounter, meaning that you encourage people to innovate, you encourage people to try something new, and that you give them the opportunity to look and make mistakes so that way they can make them better and move forward with that. And that was mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times also. So I think it was pretty important by all 3 of those guys. This was interesting because they mentioned it 3 times in the article. Brands are praised according to their thought of the future. And imagine Bezos, Amazon, Zuckerberg, Facebook, and Elon Musk, SpaceX, Tesla. You look at their thought of the future, their brand is being praised because their thought of the future, and they let us in on that. That was mentioned 3 times. One time, I paraphrased this, but I looked at in the article, it said, don't fake the funk. Don't try and be something that you're not. Mind your business, know who you are, and work that. As Elon Musk, he knows exactly who he is. Zuckerberg knows exactly who he is. Bezos, and they're not trying to be the other person. And so don't fake the funk. In the next one they talked about is do good for people. If you want to have the foolproof marketing plan, all you have to do is do good for people all the time. Every one of them mentioned this. They also talked about working your land and don't be distracted by fantasies. And so they talked about testing out new things, having new ideas, but there's things that are shiny, and beware of the things that are shiny. Work your land. They just said, work your land, do exactly what you were locked in to be able to do, but have the ability to be able to pivot as you've seen those companies do. They mentioned this again, and I thought that it was great, is speak life and work hard. So Bezos, Zuckerberg, and Musk talked about speaking life and just simply working hard, working harder than anyone around you, being the hardest worker that you possibly can, and speaking life, meaning that you encourage everybody around you. This was wild because I didn't think it would come from those 3 people, but it said promote peace and have joy. So promote peace, have people come together, and have joy. Joy is the art of falling in love with your current circumstances and allowing magic to happen, because some of your failures are going to become some of your greatest opportunities. And they mentioned twice to do right, efficient work. No matter who they are, what they're doing, they're constantly just cutting away the fat. And in their marketing plans, they're looking and saying, how can we do right, efficient work? And every day they can get better and better and better. They mentioned it twice. And then the last one in this, which was the last point, that Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos said is association is paramount. Association is paramount. The people that they associated themselves with, the people that they put themselves around, whether it was in business, in their marketing plans, all those things, those were probably the largest contributor to their success. And so as I list them out, and I'm going to do them quick here again, I just want to review them because if you didn't get a chance to write them down, scrub back. I said scrub, not rewind, because we're not on tape, but just scrub back and listen to it. Number one, don't be stupid. Invite discipline and correction. This is coming from Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk. Foolproof marketing plan. Don't be stupid. Invite discipline. Do the right thing for the right reason. Honor your family. At the highest, they will be your foundation. Speak life into everyone and everything that you encounter. Brands are praised according to their thought of the future. Don't fake the funk. Don't try and be someone that you're not. Do good for people. Work your land, and don't be distracted by fantasies. Speak life and work hard. Promote peace and have joy. Do right, efficient work, and association is paramount. The crazy thing is I finished up here and I looked at this foolproof marketing plan from Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and Elon Musk. The part I think that is the funniest is that's actually not an article from Elon Musk. It's not an article from Mark Zuckerberg. It's not an article from Jeff Bezos, and it's not from the New York Times. It actually was written 3,000 years ago and is Proverbs 12. But when we look at it, it's still a foolproof marketing plan that will work today, and my pops was right. There's only one business in the world, and one business only, and that's the people business. And if you lock into the people and you build the people will build the business. And if you know the person who created the people and you serve him, then you'll understand how to be able to connect with people at the highest level. So it's been my honor, my pleasure to be here with you today on Inchstones. It's Proverbs 12, the corresponding proverb for the corresponding day, foolproof marketing. But it was written 3,000 years ago. But a lot of times we won't listen to it. We won't lock in because it doesn't have third-party credibility in our world. But when we listen to it from Zuckerberg, from Bezos, and from Musk, then it starts to have third-party validation, but it's the same. The truth is the truth, and the principles have been there. They've just been waiting to be uncovered. The corresponding proverb, corresponding day. It's Inchstones. My name is Kelly Cardenas, and I'm officially off the hot seat. Peace, love, and soul.
On my mind, I got to shine, so every day I grind. Work in the morning, work in the evening. We's achieving, cause we believing. It's for certain, we put the work in. We ain't stopped just because it's hurting. Right before your eyes, so it's coming to no surprise. The takeover is televised.